I'm Dan Nielsen, married to Isabel, and we live in a Scandinavian town with our 2 kids, who were playing with their friends when my wife asked me to sit at the kitchen table and listen to some big news. I'll never forget that Thursday night when everything hit the fan. Isabel looked at me and said, "I know you cheated while traveling to the Speedway GP race in Vis, Denmark. We can divorce if you want, but because I still love you, I'm willing to give you a second chance to repent for your mistakes. However, there are conditions." She continued, "To be forgiven, you have to agree to my terms. I demand complete freedom for 8 nights, 4 Wednesday nights and 4 Friday nights, starting tomorrow. I'm not sure what I'll do on these nights. I might stay home, go to a movie, grab a beer at the pub with a friend, or maybe even go on a date. You're not allowed to ask me anything about where I was, who I was with, or what I did. And if you confess to cheating, I'll skip all the free Wednesday nights as a bonus for you. But if you refuse my terms, the divorce will be final tomorrow." At this point, she pulled out a brown C4 envelope and placed it on the table. "Here are the divorce papers. You need to choose now, marriage or divorce. What will it be?" I was completely shocked and asked, "What's going on here? Is this some kind of joke? This isn't funny at all." She stared at me without a smile and said, "I've never been more serious. You need to face the consequences of your actions. Accept my terms or I will file for divorce. There are no other options." I was furious. "What the hell is this? Are you out of your mind? I've never cheated on you. I can prove it. Now tell me, do you even want to stay married to me?" I shouted again, "Show me your so-called proof right now." "But you can't because it doesn't exist. I've never been unfaithful." Isabel looked a little uncertain but then said, "I don't have pictures, but I do have a witness." "Fine," I snapped. "Let's go see your witness right now." "I can't," she replied. "I promised to protect them from your anger." By this point, I'd had enough. "Why are you limiting yourself to just 8 free nights? Why not 365 free nights every year from now on? Give me the damn divorce papers and start packing your things. I'm not going to put up with this. You're a cheater and you need to leave. Go be with your lover." I grabbed the envelope and found it was full of blank divorce forms. I began filling them out, but Isabel's face turned ashen. "I don't have a lover," she said quietly. "There are only 2 reasons why you'd make such crazy demands. Either you have feelings for someone who's feeding you these lies, or you've already had an affair and need these 8 nights to decide if you want to stay with him or with me. But I refuse to play this dirty game. I don't need you anymore. Go be with your lover." It was a nightmare. I had always believed Isabel and I had a good marriage, but in a matter of minutes, she destroyed it over nothing. There was no reason for it. I had never cheated on her. Now Isabel was crying. "Please calm down," she pleaded. "Don't do anything drastic. Let me explain everything." But I was too angry. "Explain what?" I shouted. "You've gotten rid of me just like you wanted? So why are you upset now? Go to your lover and be happy." "You're wrong," she sobbed. "I don't have a lover. I never have. I love only you. Please listen to me." "Then why are you acting like a puppet for some sleazy liar?" I asked. "You could have asked Kent, David, and Seth what really happened in Denmark. Did you ask any of them?" "No, of course not. You just believed this nonsense." Isabel shook her head. "No, I didn't speak to your friends. I realize now I was wrong to accuse you without finding out the truth. I regret it all. Please, let me explain why I did what I did." Isabel then told me an almost unbelievable story. Her coworker, Catherine, had casually asked her if she had forgiven me yet. Isabel, confused, asked, "Forgiven him for what?" Catherine tried to avoid answering, but Isabel pressed her. And that's when Catherine revealed some rumors she'd heard about me and another woman in Denmark. Catherine comforted Isabel by sharing how a friend of hers had saved her own marriage with a similar arrangement. 10 nights of freedom. Catherine, who's single, even promised to take Isabel out on a blind date. After confessing all this, Isabel begged me not to go through with the divorce. She promised I wouldn't regret giving her another chance. But my response was far from kind. "Why shouldn't I get a divorce? You've humiliated me by trusting a ridiculous rumor over your own husband. Why should I stay with you? It's not like this marriage is fulfilling my needs. Isabel looked at me earnestly. From now on, I promise I will never deny you sex. Just you and me. But I won't agree to anything else like swinging or group sex. I've never cheated on you, and I still don't understand what I was thinking during those 8 nights. Oscar Broman may have taken advantage of my distress, but I never planned anything for myself. Not cheating, not dating, not anything. I stood firm. I'll think about the divorce and let you know by next Friday. Until then, you'll sleep in the spare room. And you are not to tell Catherine anything about this conversation. I'll deal with her myself. Is that clear? Isabel agreed to my terms. The next day, I brought my cousin, a tough lawyer, to Catherine's office. He scared the life out of her by revealing the large sum he was suing her for. It's rare to sue someone over such things in this country, but my lawyer was good at his job. Catherine quickly admitted she had heard these rumors from Oscar Broman, Isabel's ex-boyfriend. We went to Oscar next, and he was just as terrified when we confronted him with the lawsuit. He admitted he'd overheard the rumors in a bar. I even called his wife at her job and let her know how much trouble Oscar's gossip could cause them financially. That night, Oscar got a taste of his own medicine. Though I wasn't sure if Isabel had told me the full truth, I knew she hadn't fully deceived me. It was clear she had been tempted by the idea of seeing if the grass was greener on the other side. But she wasn't innocent. She had gone along with Catherine's reckless plan without any real investigation. Any wife in her right mind would have at least spoken to her husband or his friends before deciding to seek revenge. And her sudden shift from making demands to begging for forgiveness the moment I mentioned divorce was suspicious. She knew what was at stake. In the end, though, I still loved Isabel. So that Friday, I told her I wouldn't go through with the divorce, and I allowed her back into our bedroom. She promised, "I'll never be cranky with you again." Epilogue. Catherine and Oscar ended up hiring a lawyer, but he wasn't great. My lawyer secured a far better settlement than I'd expected. In the end, my swift action not only saved my marriage but also helped save Oscar's. His wife even took me out to dinner to thank me for keeping their family together. Oscar confessed his interest in Isabel but agreed to cover all the legal fees by giving up his golf club membership. This saved him money and forced him to spend more time with his family, which made his wife very happy. Isabel, Catherine, and Oscar still work together, but they're no longer close friends. As I reflect on the turmoil that nearly tore apart my family, I realize how fragile trust can be, and how easily it can be shattered by lies and rumors. It took facing the brink of divorce to recognize the importance of communication and truth. While forgiveness and second chances aren't always easy, they can lead to healing if both hearts are willing. In the end, love, honesty, and understanding are what brought us back together, and I'm grateful we found a way to rebuild from the wreckage. Sometimes the darkest moments lead to the brightest futures.